This is the Brick Commentary Central. You're listening to the BCC Podcast. It is Monday, January 13th of 2025, and you're listening to episode 427 of the BCC Podcast. I'm LQ, and joining me today is Malaris.
Oh, gee, Mr. Potter, if you import all the work, all the white people in this town, they're gonna lose their houses. They won't be able to afford homes anymore, Mr. Potter.
And Ford.
Why would you call on me next? I can't do Mr. Potter. No, I'm not funny. I can't follow that up.
But we got
You just
Leo.
broke your mic. And Leo.
You know, George, you once called me a warped, frustrated old man. Well, what are you but a warped, frustrated young man? I'm going to swear out a warrant for your arrest. Misappropriation of company funds. Malfeasance.
Oh, geez, Mr. Potter, it's just a little bit of racism. It's the 40s. It's okay.
I just had an actual quote from the show.
Why have we suddenly like a solid JJ video? Every year this podcast goes a little bit more off the reservation.
We got lots of good ideas. We could do video types like that.
We should, honestly. We really should.
I still have that script for the Lego movie.
We're gonna get so blacklisted by all the people that don't talk to us anymore anyways.
Doesn't that mean we're already blacklisted?
Yeah.
Or soft blacklisted. This is gonna be hard blacklisting.
All right.
So, Mace could not make it today because his car broke down, and I was just going to say, I hope he doesn't call a tow truck. And then he just said, we've got professionals working on it right now. Mace, you can't afford a tow truck.
Come home, Mace. It's been 5 years.
Does he have insurance?
No! Also,
Liam, he could just charge it.
Ford, you know you can't just use your insurance when you call a tow truck, right?
Yeah, I know.
If you want your insurance premiums to go up just because you need a jump, maybe, but... I don't know about you, but I've got $1,000 deductible.
And all
I don't
you're
have
offering
one of
me is
You don't have a deductible?
$1,000
No, I think I
deductible.
have I think mine's $900.
Oh boy, how much better?
No. How much is mine? Hang on.
Uh-oh.
What about you, Leo? What's your car insurance deductible?
I don't remember.
Tara, am I the only grown-up here?
Oh, it's $450.
Nice. You have the same policy I
Okay.
do, don't you, Kevin?
Yeah.
BCC Podcast is brought to you by Progressive Auto Insurance.
Please
Do you want to
sponsor
have
us.
customer service hang up on you 5 times in the same evening? Well, go with Progressive Auto Insurance.
More like regressive. Regressive.
Uh,
Agree. with
there have
that.
been 2 times in my adult life I've screamed at someone that much. See, you know how they say if you should work customer service, you actually feel for the person behind the phone? Or, they say work food service, you actually, respect your waiter and everything. Having worked a job like that, I realize I respect these people way less, and they are crap at their jobs.
Well, there you go.
You
There
are not
have it.
working a hard job, and you're lying to me. You deserve all the anger and hate people are throwing your way. So when you're on the phone with someone who's clearly incompetent, don't feel bad.
You really should take this up with our customer service representatives.
Sombrero Man?
I mean, he's on the chat. He better be listening to this.
He's the moderator. He's basically our customer service rep. If anyone complains, he's usually the first to respond. Him or Tom.
I would not wish customer service on Sombrero Man.
I think that's what he does. So
Oh, no.
Oh,
I won't say what exactly because I know he's very libertarian and prefers his privacy. But
am I the only one here who hasn't worked customer service?
Ford, I'm sure, has never worked a day in his life.
That's not true.
Okay, Ford, what have you worked in?
I was a tutor. I got paid.
Academia doesn't count.
It's just a pyramid scheme, Ford.
It's like when you say a
For
woman
you.
who sold Tupperware had a job.
Is that your wife?
No, my wife doesn't do anything.
How?
Well, way to put her down.
Wow. How
I'm
does that
kidding.
make her any better than I am?
I'm kidding. My wife keeps the house very clean and makes me good food when I come home.
Yeah. What do you do, Ford? You don't clean my house or make
You don't make
food.
me a meal. Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
make Kevin food.
I'm so
Kevin, you don't even
alone.
clean your own house.
Oh, no, actually, Kevin has done better.
Really?
Kevin
He
cleaned
actually
his
cleaned
room?
that? Oh, wait. I forgot. He moved out of that place where he didn't clean his toilet.
Oh, no, it got worse after that.
No,
Oh, I'm
no,
sure.
the
I'm
toilet
sure it hasn't
has
gotten any
remained
better.
clean.
Okay, yeah, the toilet
At
was
all
better, but the
since.
rest of it was worse.
Oh, he actually cleaned the toilet.
Gosh,
Did you
Ford.
remove the brown milk from the fridge?
There is no brown milk in the fridge. There's like nothing in my fridge. There's like 3.5 sticks of butter maybe, and that's it.
What are you going keto?
No, it's just like anytime I have a Hungry Man meal, it's just like a little butter in there.
Why are
Good.
you eating frozen meals? This is why you're
Because-
losing your hair.
Ford, you're the only one of us experienced with losing their hair.
No, Ford has luscious long locks.
Now, yes.
Yeah, look at me.
Don't you
Like-
see the avatar?
I didn't say that he's currently lost his hair, just that he's
Well,
the only
last
one
time I
with
checked,
experience.
you're the one wearing the hat, so.
Gosh, it's
Wonder
only
why that
a
is.
fashion statement.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm sure it's not covering up any nice shiners down there.
Down there? Excuse me. What would you know about that?
Wait, Ford, yeah, I'm calling a foul here. Everyone knows you have the role of the short one.
I may
Kevin?
be short, but my hair is long and luscious.
Now, Kevin can have the role
and
of
that makes me feel taller.
Kevin can have the role of the bald one, but you are the short one.
You have forgotten who you are.
We really should get to the topic, but I feel like they're just improving the episode the more we talk.
Yep. Yep.
I think that's just...
Especially now that we have 3 watching.
Oh, yeah. Now we got some viewership.
I was noticing in the past live streams that it was going like, 30, 70, 60, and then there's the new Jago set review, and suddenly 200 viewers.
Yeah.
Jago still does numbers?
Yeah, it does.
Ninjago always does numbers.
Well, we should just turn into a
Wait, was that the last
cast.
Ninjago set review?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I did not
oh,
realize
guys.
that.
What?
Guys,
What?
you're not going to like this.
No.
They moved the Ninjago section at my Lego store. It's in the back behind Dreams.
Behind Dreams?
Behind Dreams.
Is
Um,
Dreams actually doing that well?
Is he
I don't know.
stupid?
Considering how it looked in downtown Disney, I don't know.
Okay.
No, it's
hear me out.
It's basically word on the street is Dreams and Monkey are both out.
Dang.
Hear me out. I haven't watched Ninjago since the first half of the first season of whatever it is, Dragon's Reach or
The
What?
Fall of Dragon Reach.
So me and Allie started watching Ninjago from the beginning on Saturday.
This Saturday.
Yeah,
Wow.
we got up to episode 2 of season 1.
Nice.
So you watched like 4 episodes.
Yeah.
I can't
Does
believe.
she know who the Green Ninja will be?
Well, I think kind of because I own like 80 of him. and
Spoiler
my
alert.
family's
Wow, way to spoil it.
and my family's cat is named after him.
Lloyd?
Yeah.
Lloyd.
One of their cats is named Lloyd.
Ooh, where is the Lord?
I set him for jumping beans.
Why couldn't
Many
you do
good
that
beans.
during the film?
There was a very unique 6-month period of history where no one knew who the Green Ninja was, and that was a magical time.
I remember it like it was yesterday. The arguments.
I think she was pretty shocked to see, though, how Lloyd is introduced in the show, having only known him as what is in the sets, because she's built several Ninjago sets with me. Sombrero Man says, do not contact me with customer service complaints. So, you don't have to contact them directly. You can join the BCC Crew Discord server. There's a link in the description below. You can join the BCC Crew Discord server and type @Sombrero Man and deposit your complaints there. Do you have an issue with the racist Bedford Falls skit? Well, that's the place to go. Don't blame us.
They're called H-1B visas, George.
To my big brother George,
Mr. Potter,
the most
Mr.
racist
Potter,
man in town.
You're gonna crash our local economy, Mr. Potter. There's just gonna be nothing but McDonald's and, like, I don't know, Thai curry places around here.
Well, George, since I moved all my manufacturing to China, I have to do something here.
Mr. Potter, thousands of those jobs could have helped our people in Potterville. I mean, Bedford Falls.
Okay, should we talk about Bionicle?
Yes.
I guess so.
Also, though, real quick, I did not realize, yeah, then listen, Jago episode 256 views. That is high for us.
It is high for us.
We should put someone in the logo, make our branding known to them.
The Harry Potter minifigures part 1 of that Ford thumbnail, I loved it. Awful.
It's like a great thumbnail.
I thought the
though.
Winter Village thumbnail was pretty epic.
Oh yeah, I like that one. It did underperform.
So Ford just is like leading our viewers away.
I'm box office
This
poison,
one with
guys.
Leo on the front of it overperformed.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look at... There's a period. I feel like we've been doing this for a while.
Oh no, there's
There's one with me, and that is 80. There's one with Kevin, underperformed. Ford, average. Ford, underperform. Kevin, average. Ford
It's
and
a
Kevin...
real roundabout way of calling me ugly.
Ford and Kevin are on the majority of these. There's one with Mace, it underperformed.
I think
Here's one with Leo, though, and it only got 26 views.
Uh-oh,
Leo.
which one was that?
When we did a custom MCU CMF.
Oh, well, I think that one's just gonna be doomed from the start.
Marvel Curse.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's go into the Bionicle Combiners. You guys like Bionicle?
Is it Kaida time again?
I don't think it's any more Kaida.
It's morbid.
Yeah, there are.
time.
Oh, these. Oh, yeah, the Kal Kaida.
That's right.
Why are they called that? Are they stupid?
Alright, let's play the game of Is This Canon?
Maybe.
Well, is it?
No.
It never appears, but it can happen.
Well, yeah. Yeah. But no.
I like how it's just Borok fists.
Yeah, you don't really have to do all that much part swapping, do you?
Nope.
I don't know. It's pretty neat. Like just
Yeah.
punch someone with your body.
He's
Yeah,
very
but they gotta
squat,
be
at
like
least.
not in front of you, but like way over there and way over there. You know what I mean? Like they can't be directly in front of you. Otherwise, you're
No,
toast.
the arms bend.
Yeah, the arms bend.
Not much.
A little bit.
Well,
Just
the thing is, like the bow rock, it kind of extends like out and then straight. Like
Yeah.
it kind of has a ways to go, but you know, it's all like curve punches.
well, it's
right?
like a
They're-
sucker
they're
punch, you know,
crossing
just
here.
like whack.
Had it
But
been
it's not a sucker
formed-
punch. I can clearly see it coming.
No, you can't because it's coming to the side and then wham! From the side to your skull. You're dead.
Well, if it's coming from the side and I'm just like in his dead center, you know, view, I'll dodge it. It's fine.
You have the power of electricity, gravity, and plasma.
I have
Powered.
the power of standing in the middle and
Two of those things are the
tanking
same,
it.
sort of.
Gravity and plasma.
No, the other one.
It's funny enough, as all these became Bionicle elements.
Yeah, it's kind of funky. Like they just added these
Ninjago.
words with not really incorporating what it meant with the other
Plasma
elements.
it really
Like
is
fire.
Yeah.
You know, the most common plasma we experience in day-to-day life.
Plasma is
fire.
the like we. If I would, I think we had this episode where we talked about this Bionicle graffiti, and if I could rewrite Bionicle, plasma, all Toa plasma replaced with Toa fire. Like that's a very easy change because plasma is a stupid element.
Well, that's another thing. Like, why didn't they make Tana Cal clearly the fire-looking one, the plasma one?
I don't know.
Why'd they
That's
make
an
it the
excellent
lightning
question.
one?
I never remember who's who. Yeah, he's lightning. That makes no sense. I mean, the gravity one for the black one, I can kind of see that.
Like maybe like the.
Well, because he's
is it
not just lightning. He's
Is
electricity.
it
isn't he?
Parok, the brown one? Parok.
Yeah, Bionicle.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
plasma.
that should have been
My
electricity. I
first
mean, look at the
Bionicle.
shields. It looks like one of those
Yeah.
Tesla coil things.
Do you think there's a situation where someone just messed up and gave them the wrong things and they had to roll with it?
Yeah,
It's entirely
very
possible.
possible.
They did that. I mean, they did that with Jala and his 2 swords.
Yeah, I mean, that's a little bit less of a mess up, but... Because, I also feel like gravity with those disc shields is not quite right.
I don't know. I guess it works.
Let's use the next one. We can segue into the discussion of the rest of the Bionicle. Where's the picture of this one?
Kind of a goofy looking fella.
Yeah, why is he not there?
Yeah, so you're not seeing it either.
I can't
Nope.
find it.
I'm
Alright.
still looking at Punch Man.
Ford, yeah, we know you can't see it.
Guess what, Ford? We don't care about you.
I knew that already.
Oof. We love you, Ford.
Yeah,
Your mom doesn't love you.
I know.
Yes, mother. Mother always did like Richard best.
Okay. Okay, there. I got a new picture of it. And this one is much worse, I think.
Objectively, the best one.
Yeah,
No.
says it's the worst.
There we
Come
go.
on. Come on. Let's see it.
This one's not been AI upscaled.
I mean, can you improve upon perfection?
Ah, look at this physique. This is the ideal male format, all right?
I also have a gap in my body where my chest can expand outwards.
How does this even work?
Me when I'm just flexing for the ladies.
The whole upper half of the body is like flexing. You can do
You
the
see,
Borak
this is
thing.
You
this
can
is
what?
happens.
Is that right?
I think so.
This is what happens when your body is on super male vitality.
Yeah.
This is a peak male performance. You might not like it, but this is it.
It's so derpy.
What's the function on this one?
I think it's exactly what it looks like.
That
Does it
his
just
chest,
lurch
like
forward?
his chest, just goes like, ugh. It stands up and then sits back
Just
down.
like a chest flex.
It's like, I think the tomato's sitting. No, this is standing. This is sitting.
Yeah. Its head, constructed far differently from that of a normal Borak or Borakal, can nevertheless be thrust forward in the same manner by pressing a lever on its back from
Oh,
BSO1 page of the same name.
okay.
Why did I just hear running water?
So,
I don't know.
this is canon.
Yes, it appears in both a
Was
novel and a comic.
Why
yeah,
is this one the canon one? The other one was cooler.
Because
I don't know. I don't know if Greg just had carte blanche to put whatever Borak combo models he wanted to in the comics and just chose the worst ones,
It's just like,
or if
that
if
one
the
was
designers,
stupid.
if the designers said we gotta put this one in specifically.
We gotta sell
Bob
these
worked too hard
toys.
on it.
Come on.
So I'm watching LJ's review here, see what it does, and
It doesn't work very well.
yeah, it doesn't really work.
well, is that because the bad rubber bands, or it just doesn't work?
The rubber bands are kind of overextended, and then you can push it out, but then it doesn't go back.
Yeah, that's a problem.
I mean, I guess there's some poses it looks okay in, but overall, like, the colors also do not work together. So this one is the Boratkal of Levatkal, Koratkal, and Galatkal.
Mm-hmm.
Could wield the power of vacuum, sonics, and magnetism.
Ah, yes, power of sucking.
So, which one was the vacuum one?
That was Levak.
Was that Levak?
Paul.
Yes. That actually makes sense.
Who famously sucked so hard he flew into the atmosphere.
You know how it goes.
That one makes more sense and also then less sense because it's just Lewa's powers, kinda.
According to Greg, he died in re-entry.
Okay.
I like how Greg is just like, yeah, screw that guy in particular.
Well, I mean, each of the other characters died a horrible death.
But he could have just like lived on. It's just like, dude, what was that all about? Again, the whole Borakal thing, their story does not make sense.
But Levatkals, I do think, had the right element to him.
Yeah. Because he's the inverse of Lewa, like
Right.
Kevin said.
And then the Koratkal had sonics.
Yeah.
I feel like this one would have made more sense for the black one. What is his name? Unak? Nuvatkal. Yeah, I feel like that would have made a little more sense for him. I don't know, I just get that vibe. And then Galatkal with the power of magnetism, and that one's definitely wrong.
Again, I don't...
And water's a little magnetic.
That electricity and magnetism are always separated out from each other when they're so intertwined.
Okay, physicist.
It just bugs me. It's always bugged me.
Magnetism's also a stupid element and should be replaced with either Toa of electricity or Toa of steel.
Steel also doesn't make sense, I'm going to be honest. Unless you're John Henry Irons.
I mean, it makes sense in a certain way you control metals. It should be metal specifically. But I mean, technically, then you could just replace them with Toa of Earth too.
Yes,
or
exactly.
Stone. You're right. We also scrap steel.
Let's go. Scrap it. I get it.
That wasn't a joke, Leo. This is serious.
Want to go to the other canisters?
You can also scrap sand.
I don't like sand.
We'll go through Bionicle bit by bit and criticize it again someday. But yeah, let's move on for now. Oh boy, I hate these.
They're both so good. What are you talking about?
This is so freaking lazy.
You're just a hater.
Dude, it's literally Arakshi riding Arakshi. It's like a Minotaur riding like a human torso riding a Minotaur.
Well, it's like if the Centaur had a horse head in his crotch.
Exactly.
He doesn't?
Worse, there's two. No, wait. Oh, wait, no, there are.
No, that's
two.
the tail,
Okay.
Ford.
Okay.
Gosh, Ford.
I guess they couldn't
Confusing.
make the other end a tail also.
Well, you'd start to question things like, which side does it, you know? Oh, man.
Lisa, this one is canon.
Why? Doesn't make
Comics.
sense.
It maintains disintegration, fragmentation, and hunger powers. And adopts a new power, the power to release any energy absorbed from its foes.
Ooh.
So it's... I guess they just took that again for Vezon and Fenrak.
Did they have the power to absorb energy?
Well, it was like... Vezon just like glows about how any blow or power they use against him just gets absorbed to strengthen the two.
Huh.
Yeah, that's why they start growing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know what else to say. It's bad. It's bad.
Oh, you think that one's bad?
Have you built it?
No, I don't have the brown one. It's the only Rakshi I don't have. I have a very expensive picture of the brown one. It's up there. It's signed, too, actually. Technically, I could make this one, but he's arguably worse.
Somehow, it gets better.
He's got hands like feet. He's really bad at basketball.
This guy's also canon.
Is he?
Yes,
Yeah,
he also
he's in the
appears in
same
the same comic.
He has a cyclone mode.
Oh.
I also have a cyclone mode sometimes.
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 Only when he's beating his wife, naturally.
That's only when I'm sober, so she's all right.
Okay, so I don't have anything else to say about this, honestly.
Bad.
I mean, there's not much we can say. It's perfection.
Three-headed.
Okay, well,
Who is the one that eats, though?
Takuta Nuva.
I've got him in hand right here.
How is he, Leo?
He sucks.
Oh,
Wait,
thank you.
What?
Okay.
Why would he?
I'm not crazy, guys. This guy sucks.
He doesn't look that bad from the picture.
Oh, it's bad.
He's awful in hand.
He's bad.
I only built him like once. It's been a while.
What is so bad about what he does? Now his lore is pretty bad.
Okay, so no, the lore is great. It's the set that's bad.
Hold up.
I love his lore. So his leg construction is just Makuta's legs over again.
Yeah, most of it's just
That's a point against
Makuta.
him.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, so the entire upper torso is completely reconstructed. So how it connects to the legs is the same, but it's all built around Takanuva's white torso.
Oh, it is in there, isn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah, and he's got these stupid gangly arms.
Oh, now I am seeing the arms are really odd.
The arms are awful,
Yeah.
and he has no gear function
what's up with like
because
his
he's
triple
got to keep his
like,
shoulders stiff.
wrist?
His what?
What's up with like the triple wrist there?
So I think that's supposed to be an elbow. He doesn't have any wrists.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
Well, it's even worse. See,
Yeah,
what do you
the
find out
sta-
from...
He's
staff
like
is cool,
all
at least.
bicep.
Yeah.
So what you find from all of these issues, the Rakshi pieces are just awful for mocking.
No, the
No,
people
not
with the Rahi
necessarily.
in the Rahi book did a good job with them.
Yeah. They're good pieces. It's just it's not used to its fullest potential
Like-
here.
It's really just I don't know if this is the only combination of the Usanu and Makuta that could give this and still be humanoid. I
Mhm.
think they tried. I think they should have taken more liberties with the shape.
Ford, as an expert on Bionicle trivia, I have a question for you.
Okay.
In canon, do the Rakshi Zar or the Rakshi Kade, do they appear after Makuta's defeat? Because I feel like they do.
After.
But they used their bodies to create Takanuva's motorbike.
Ooh. Ooh.
So,
Well, let me recall. So the comic, it's like the comet telling stories. Can you corroborate this, Leo?
I'm not good with the comics because the first comic I got was in Metro.
I'm
I
pretty
feel
sure
like
it's
I
after.
do feel like Ford has a point here. It's after, but yeah, Bakama's just
It's
been
after, but like maybe like very close after.
Mm. Mm.
I want to say.
What does Biosector say? Well, first off, the
Maybe it was
Rachi,
like-
Bo, and Kaeta were all made by Makuta by combining viruses.
history, it was formed, left a trail of destruction. You delayed their pursuit of the Rakshi for a short time in order to defeat the Shadow Krata.
They separate before their next confrontation with the Toa Nuva, so it had to be.
Okay, I guess.
So it was technically before.
All right, that
Yeah.
answers my question.
Okay, I
Bionicle
couldn't
is saved.
remember the order of operations.
Yes, that was going to be the end of Bionicle.
Now, here's what I'm actually not familiar with.
I don't think anyone really is.
It's the
But
bear.
it looks better, to be
It's
honest.
the bear.
It's Makuta Nui.
It's not the bear.
Are you screwing with me right now?
It has. It was used in Bionicle Maze of Shadows as a reference
What was
as
it?
the Ash Bear.
What? It was?
Yes.
What does an ash bear look like on Biosec?
That's what I thought. I thought it was the
Ash Bear uses the movie. The movie version.
Oh, the movie version is so ugly. Oh, yes. They do show it in Web of Shadows.
So people believed it to be an Ash Bear, according to the trivia page.
So, the Maze of Shadows has like made me think Makuta Nui was an Ash Bear this whole time.
Did you play Maze of Shadows on the Game Boy?
No, but I thought this was an Ash Bear.
I don't know. I feel like this is better than the other ones we've reviewed for this year.
I mean, it's not so bad, but it's like it's not as bad as some of the other combiners for sure.
It's pretty endearing.
Now
And at
that's
least the
not the
feet are
bear.
different.
It's kind of like,
Let's ruin our goodwill.
oh my gosh, what is that?
These aren't even like a Matoran Nui or anything. This is just Holy Matoran Combiner.
What is that?
This is Combiner model portraying a four-armed being and a quadrupedal beast. It has no storyline significance.
But it's pretty inspirational.
It's
Dude,
four
why
arms
does he
and
have
his dog.
a head on his butt? What is going on there? That's wow.
Alright, now I want to see some inspirational models. None of these are canon. So let's just go through them. Inspirational model number 4.
Number
Is this better than the
4.
official
I still
Kaido we
think
got?
That's what I was gonna say.
Oh, excuse me.
Hey, isn't that
Oh,
just
this guy.
Tahu with some stuff
Okay,
on
maybe
him?
not this one though.
It's still better than the Kaida model. Not
That
by
is
much,
quite-
but better.
yeah.
And well, never
For
mind.
sure.
The more I look at it, the worse this gets.
So, what? How? So these weren't official, but like
They were on the Bionicle website.
Huh?
This one's kind of hard to tell what's going on.
Dude's
Average Dark Hunter build.
True. All the Dark Hunters with the Roxy head, man.
This one's pretty neat though. Just the legs are a little spindly.
They're really trying something with those Roxy spines, though.
Yeah,
I admire that.
claw hands.
Yeah.
Then we got these guys. They look like background characters from one of Leo's videos.
Oh, true. Kind of remind me of
They got Krana though.
Why does this look like
Hey,
animated?
he's doing the swag walk. He is.
There we
Look,
go.
he's got his arms up.
I
I
got
see it.
them gorilla type builds, so
No. I'm trying to find.
Krana faces.
Oh, okay. That's why I couldn't find because there's a better.
So, if you didn't get a Yo and a Za, you just couldn't make these on the website.
then
Mhm.
there's this one.
Baller.
Oh, yeah.
Absolute legend.
This one does go hard, especially in comparison to the two crappy ones that we
Except
got.
he has like 2 extra legs dangling off either side for some reason.
That's his armor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
obviously. Obviously.
Are you blind?
Use your imagination. Come on.
Have you never seen a Bionicle before? Like, come on. Really?
All
Have you never
Just the better
even
fire and water
imagined-
vibe than the.
right,
Ninjago
who's
Dragon
ready to
does.
go back to Japan with the Kabiya?
I love going
Kabuya.
back.
I believe it's Kabaya.
Kazuya. Kabuya.
You got this guy.
Oh, is that
Better
a
version of the
ninja?
Roxy spines, at least.
All right.
That's pretty decent.
dig it.
These
Again-
AI upscales turned out really good.
Again, not like the competition is not set a high bar, so these are pretty cool.
Here's another one.
I like this guy. He's sleek.
All right.
Didn't get enough of the Matoran before. Well, here you go.
Here we go.
What the heck is this thing?
Is that the Transformer guy who's like... He's one of the Transformers in the Michael Bay movies.
It's Wheelie.
See? I told you.
Friends find
Yeah,
left
it's
behind.
Wheelie.
All right, let's go on to the actual title for tonight's episode.
Nice.
Now, let's go to everyone's favorite My Lego Network sticker.
True that.
I believe this is just called Bionicle there.
It's a Kinloka.
In Loca, little rat. A hungry little
Classic.
rat.
Dude,
It's just
the
gonna skitter.
optimization of that mask to look like a little freaking face, phenomenal. Whoever had this idea,
The mask
Top
already looks
notch.
like a face.
but when you turn it to the side like that and it still looks like a face, amazing.
It was pretty good.
Unlike the freaking other one,
Hey, don't knock it.
We have it at a not
No,
odd angle in
knocking.
this picture. but-
knocking all the way. Who-
Kawaniki.
That's a
Yeah,
really, that's a horrendous angle.
Yeah.
Nobody even knows what this thing is.
It's a wolf.
How does that look like a wolf? It's literally a guy's chest with some
It's a
stuff
triangle.
coming
It
out.
was
Yeah,
also
it's
My
from-
Lego
Yeah, you gotta look
Networks.
at it head on.
A
Doesn't look at it from this
two-legged.
angle.
Look, this was the first combo model I built as a wee lad.
Okay, I'm sorry
It-
for you.
I-
My
I-
apologies.
I know what it is.
Too bad you didn't have the
locked in my
Kinloka
brain.
like some of us did, and that's why we're
This
not
one's better.
successful, But
The colors are better on this one.
Yes.
the colors are better, but like the model
And it
is
wa-
bad.
Not any worse than the last one.
No, the
I think
Kinloka
the
is
person
great.
posing this still did not get the memo on the.
This guy
face.
could sing Michael Jackson's Black or White as a solo.
What the heck?
He could sing racist coffee as a solo.
He just looks so chill, you know? He can shoot stuff out of his
This
butt.
next one does not
Is
have
that the
good picture.
upscale?
Yeah, this is the upscale. There's another better picture, but I don't want to
It-
download it.
it's
I-
not
Oh,
this
yeah.
one
Like,
I
wow.
know the story significance of.
You what?
This is a prototype Vaki.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yes.
Now, it makes no sense because this is obviously not what it was designed to be.
Aren't you sure?
Yeah.
But
The
is
Vaki
the
are
prototype not
kinda-
described?
No,
Never mind. What were you saying, Kevin?
Oh, the Vaki are kind of scorpion-like, don't you think?
Yeah. You know, they go on all fours.
they don't have tails.
But
That's-
that was
the
just
prototype had the
except,
tail.
yeah.
Too
Mhm.
expensive.
Naparu
Didn't make it
figured
to
out
production.
It's less expensive if you cut the tail.
You see, the lack of tail is why the Vaki aren't as cool as that guy.
Exactly.
Let's get a different alternate one of this one.
Roar.
Oh, I've not seen this one before, honestly.
Really?
In
Did you not
person?
have the Rahi Beast book as a kid?
I did not.
Oh,
Oh,
you're
I got
lacking.
that.
Yeah.
It's got the answer in it. Not the answer.
This
That's
is an all right
Leo's
combo
person.
model.
Not my OC. Don't steal.
yeah.
Krawa. Krawa is a species created by the Makuta using viruses as liquid protodermis. One of the
No.
Rocky to inhabit the Matoran universe. So this is a combination of the Metrus. It's all right. They have a really hard time making anything have good faces.
Yeah. Except the Kinloka. The Kinloka had the perfect face. That's what
That's
I'm
right.
saying.
Next up, we have the Kranua. Is this the right picture? Yes. Also not a great picture. Here, let me find another one.
I can't even tell what's going on with this guy. Come be honest.
He's the Sandman.
Oh, now that I got that other picture, it makes more sense.
So this is an elite Vaki?
Mm-hmm.
I guess I can see it a little bit more, except it doesn't look very elite.
Has a story appearance though.
Tell
Does
me,
it?
what does they do?
Yeah.
It was in 2005.
Hold on, I need to make sure I actually have the right one here. Yes, they're the sand guys. They're the Sandmen.
They do sand? Oh, you're
They
right.
turn into sand and then to disguise themselves, and then when the criminal comes, they become Krenua again and
I forgot just
criminal.
like how like
wild.
yeah, what were they on when they came up with some of these concepts? Like
I'm
you know,
sure this. I'm sure they just said, "Greg, find something out for this."
and Greg was like, just a frenzy at like 3 a.m. He's like, I gotta get this done. My marriage is falling apart.
Greg has to do 3 lines. He's like, wait, no, I got it. The Sandman. he keeps on visiting
He was
me.
listening to Enter the Sandman at the time. Just like, oh, we have these robots. Okay, well, and then we also have the elite version. Well, what's the difference? This one, it can turn into living sand. What the heck?
Nano machine, son.
It couldn't have just been a stronger version of the Baki.
Dude,
Nope,
it's
it has to turn into
tankier,
sand.
but sand.
Then we've got one more. What was the one with the tail? What was his elite Baki power?
He throws a ball around you and entombs you in energy. It's a stasis attack, I think.
Okay.
So wild stuff.
I feel like that's at least a little bit more plausible than the sand thing.
This doesn't scream Sandman to you?
Doesn't it look like the guy who turns into sand and he goes like, please, I just killed your uncle for my daughter.
Alright, this one looks the most Vaki-ish.
This one looks like, the second stage of the prototype. Like, if the first
Okay.
prototype had the tail,
Yeah.
this one's
So
the
wait, was the
second.
other one, was I wrong? Was it a prototype or was it just an elite Vaki?
So the Krenua was an elite one. So I think the lore was it actually saw use in Mechanui
Okay.
versus the Crawley, which would failed in the prototyping test because they made workers too sick.
Okay. But this one, the Crow just says he's called in less often. And what is it? The special traits?
He splits into different creatures.
Oh, naturally.
It has multiple knowledge centers throughout their body. So it's just multiple Vaki. Does the set actually split? It doesn't look like it splits.
If I wanted to split this thing into 3 different creatures, I would just leave it as the 3 different creatures it's made up of.
It also has clouds of stun gas, and if you touch it, you get shocked.
Oh, I get it now.
So it's a riot suppressant.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Alright, well, let's move on to the one everyone's been waiting for.
Oh, the best combiner model known to man.
Yes.
All right, I got him right here for you.
I'll let you speak, Leo.
Okay, I actually unironically love this guy.
Wait, why?
He's so goofy.
Why? He's so...
Do you have the mask?
I don't have the mask.
Why don't you have the
Because
mask?
I don't have $1,000 to shell out.
He's got a
what
mask,
is the mask again?
So like a little tiny half mask that you put
Yeah,
on
it's
top
like
of his
it's
head.
like a half Krakan that you can stick on the face where like the Matoran head is beaming out from behind.
Oh,
Jaws.
yes. The one that looks like the Exoforce robot.
Yeah.
These aren't that expensive.
No, I just haven't bothered to get one.
Oh, I thought this was actually rare.
No, it's not that rare.
It's like
It
$8.
came in the box set
Okay.
that
Yeah.
that you
This
could
is...
get of all 3 of them together.
I actually thought it was rare. Nope.
No, I just
it's
see you.
Hey,
You
you
just-
scarred me, Leo.
Yep.
Like everyone else here, I've now
How would you compare the hands?
I think they
Because-
both work.
Okay.
Because like one looks like the shadow hand, and the other one you can guess Nadiki's weapons. So it's kind of like a description of what he is
So
and is supposed to be.
on one hand, I have the shadow hand. On the
Yes.
other hand, I am Edward Scissorhands.
Yes.
Okay, I like this deal.
The only bad part about it is he has no shins. He is all thigh and torso.
That is very true.
And his forearms, his seps aren't the best, but it's okay because he makes up for it in hand and jaw. Like I honestly don't know if there's a better way to put all three of these sets together.
I hope you enjoy the pearly whites. You're not going to see him again until 2006.
Yeah. Well, these aren't really whites; they're just more pearl.
Yeah.
But the jaw is very menacing. And the wings are a good silhouette, even if they're floppy and not the best connection point for them.
I'm not a big fan.
Overall, would
Same.
recommend.
I do.
Y'all are haters.
Someday.
Okay, to be fair,
Someday.
I've never liked this set from when I was a child. When I first saw
Why?
this, it's just like, huh, that does not look like a good combiner set. To this day, that lingers, you know? Like, honestly, it's a lot better than some of the combiner sets we've seen tonight.
It's better than Takuta Nuva, I think, by a long shot.
But it's just not good.
I like the combiners we just saw, the Metru and Vaki better.
Yeah, that's fair. But for the Titans that we got,
I remember not knowing what this was supposed to be until Bakuda had wings in the movie. And then I was just like, wait a minute. That's just Makuta with wings.
yeah, I'm still to this day disappointed that it's just the Bakuda model with wings. I guess they only had so much of a budget.
Yeah.
Now, did you know there's another 2004 combo model?
Yeah, I
Wow.
did
And
it's
because
not
I was
the one you're
subscribed to
thinking
Lego
of.
Club magazine.
Yes, the Lego Club Combiner model. Which may not be in my... No, there it is.
Ah, yes.
Wow.
Lorac.
This looks like something I would have built
Ah,
as a
yes.
child.
Ah, man, he speaks for the trees.
Yeah, I know what this guy is.
He's in that movie. He's like
He appears in
Danny
a
DeVito.
deleted scene.
Does he?
Or well, it was a scene that they just took off. It appears in the book, in the novelization, where there's a Lorax swarm.
There's a Hortica version?
Apparently.
Huh.
This one has a different article.
Oh yeah, in the 7th Adventures one.
Sometime before the rise of the League of Six Kingdoms, the first iteration of the Lorax species was created by Makuta Chirok using viruses and liquid protodermis to be one of the Rahi to inhabit the Matoran universe.
Whoa, that's a lot more words.
He was made to be slimy and slip through cracks but not leave a trail.
Same.
The Lorac he created, however, could not do so. Okay. That's it about it. Okay, that's it.
There's one more.
No, I mean that's it. The lore.
Oh, lore, yeah.
This is the combo I remember because as a child I used to read back in my youth.
Oh my goodness, I remember this too when I read in my youth. It's such a weird
Y'all should
model.
still be reading. We're going to read epic poetry this year. You should read along.
I don't think I'm there, Leo.
There's gonna be a movie about epic poetry though, made by some guy.
It has taken
With
me
Zendaya.
now 3 years and I still have not finished the first of the Silent Planet trilogy. Now, I did sit that down the other day and actually read a good chunk of the Silmarillion, but then I got busy and never got back to it.
One...
The last book I read in full was Reggie's book, actually. It's very easy for me to read books about business.
business.
My career has nothing to do with business. Anyway, this is that woman who does all the combo stuff.
I remember the instructions being extremely unhelpful.
Yeah, they're not easy. I tried and I
Yeah.
think I gave up. I also didn't have all the sets. I thought
I think one of the things I was only like able to figure out way back when was the head. That was it.
Yeah.
Like as far as like everything else was concerned, like the real hard part about this is just the torso is stupid.
It looks like a normal torso to me.
No, but like everything else on it, like the upper arms, trying to get the legs just right.
Yeah.
It is hard that there's like a real ton of shadows.
Yeah, and that doesn't help. It also doesn't help that the instructions were in the back of a book in black and white.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
It was rather rough.
Hmm.
I've never built this one because I don't have all 6 of them.
I have all 6 of them, but
You
I've
gotta
never
catch
built
You should
them
build.
all.
You should build Kraka.
I'm very afraid of building combiners these days.
Well, why?
Because the pieces grow more and more fragile by the day.
Breaking. For a generation so obsessed with nostalgia, we'll never be able to like build like we used to with Bionicle, because every time those joints unclip, it might be the last time.
What I'm hoping is
Yeah.
in the future that we 3D printing it to the point we can print ABS plastic pretty well and basically just replicate all the sets.
Then we'll have
We're
combo
getting
model
there.
heaven.
We're certainly getting there.
I don't think we have time to go into 2005, honestly.
Nah, probably not.
And also we don't have any of the pictures prepared, so...
There's too
Next
many
year we have
2005.
playset alternates.
Yes, it's true.
Then after 2006, though, the amount of combo models goes way down.
It's a real shame.
I feel like, actually, is this the last year to have combos in the instructions? No,
Yeah, I think so.
2005 is going to be the last one to have them in the instructions.
Yeah.
And...
So I think everything else was online.
I thought the Paraka had them.
No, you're right. The Project
No.
do have them.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Oh yeah, they do.
Yeah, they for sure do.
The Paraka have them. The Ignica
No
do
storage
not.
significance, though. I think.
We'll find out. And then 2007, yeah, didn't have any. 2008 only had them online. But we'll find out. There's a 2008, there's an alternate model I did not realize for the, what's the vehicle called? The big jet engines.
The jet tracks, or
Yeah, the jet tracks.
Yeah.
I might actually have all the pieces to make the Jetstral cycle, because I had an extra jet tracks.
That was in the club magazine.
I do know, but I forgot about it by the time I
you
had
forgot about. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, but that's all we're really going to be able to cover today. Overall, I would not go out of my way to make any of these. I feel like common models peaked in 2001.
You should make Ultimate Duma. He's real fun, I swear. Once you have him in hand, you'll change
I
your
have
mind.
no desire to get Kreka and Diki. I only got
And he will
Taraka
change your
Duma
life.
because I got him for like $14 off of Facebook Marketplace.
oh.
That is valid.
Look, I'm gonna get more Bionicle today. I'm gonna finish the canister sets
Yeah.
and Axon, but Axon's so expensive. But I've got like 8 pictures of Axon in this room, and no Axon.
What'll we do?
Oh.
Yeah, so I definitely need to get those. There's also like my hobby money for Lego. They keep making sets I want, so.
Oh no, the problems
They haven't done
we
that for me in a
face.
while.
I want because
Same.
yeah, there's several Ninjago sets I want to get because I basically really only for Ninjago bought the new city piece last year. I still need the Dragon Waterfall and the Coal Titan mech. Those are the ones I absolutely have to get, and there's a few smaller sets coming out this year that I like. If I had more room, I'd consider getting that giant dragon. But yeah, I need to finish up the Paraka. I need to get the last Rakshi. I don't know, for some reason I really want to get all the Borak now, even though they're...
You should.
They're pretty
They're great.
cool. Yeah.
I mean,
I have
Cool
I have so many
balls.
Borak.
do you have duplicates of any?
No.
Darn, we were fools as children. We should have been investing in duplicates of all these.
We should have
Yeah.
been scalping the markets as child.
I mean, I'll still bring it up to my dad why he didn't get any Secret Wars comics when he had the ability.
These were such cheap entertainment, even for the time.
Yep.
Like how my Bionicle's like $6 for $6 in 2004 today. That's still just about $10. You can't get an action figure of that quality for $10 today. Brutaka was $20.
dude, Brutaka.
We had
Oh
it
my
made.
goodness. I wanted Brutaka so bad, and I never got him, and I still don't have him, and I'm depressed now.
Like Bionicle was not expensive. Our parents all tried to make us think it was.
We were all of us deceived.
They had $3 Taraga.
$3.
Every kid should have owned all the Taraga.
We used to be a country.
$18 for all Taraka? Satisfactory.
Yeah, like I think the only reason that no one had the Taragas because they were sold at Walgreens primarily.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the reason I didn't have all the Traga is because I was 2.
Same.
That also.
I was still playing with Duplo.
I wasn't interested in some old people. I wanted the Toa.
Okay,
Well,
Ford,
respect your
you're
elders,
part of the
Ford.
problem. Respect your elders. Respect your elders.
They didn't respect me.
So you're just like Polatu here. You're kicking your elders.
Yes.
Honestly, though, the Mata were the worst investment of them all because out of all Bionicle sets, they've went up in value the least. You can still get
'cause
them
everyone
for a
got
decent
one.
price, yeah. So all the other sets, like, especially the later you go, interestingly, those sets are so expensive now. And Nika build sets, also because they're more fragile, I think.
Yeah, they just didn't make plastic the same way. I don't know why.
They're not overly fragile, most of them, I'd say. Just, certain ones.
No, yeah.
I do feel kind of ripped off by Lego for those looking back.
I feel ripped off for all of 2008 and 9.
I don't know. I only have had...
2010, that was my fault. For still buying.
I have not had that many issues with them breaking besides, like, the trans green pieces.
Hmm.
Like, some of them will have cracks, but they'll still work fine.
You mean the lime green?
Yeah, the lime green.
A lot of my Bionicle pieces have
Like, I've got Photok
deteriorated.
here, and he's fine. And, they're saying, oh, then they blame the, Technic system ball joints for that. It's like, but wait a minute, the 2001 sets never break.
I had a handpiece break on me for my Toalua.
Shut up, Kevin.
It's Liwa.
But yeah, like, do you ever hear about, like, the Metro joints breaking?
No.
Those things are solid.
Sometimes.
I've had a foot break on me.
You
A
have to
foot
really
break.
use
Okay, that's like
A
at the pin
torn
connector,
foot.
right?
So it got
No,
loose,
I-
you
I
would
had
say?
the
Oh, Matarn foot. Okay.
So
Yeah, I'm thinking
it's
of like
foot
the
loose?
the pieces that normally like the socket joints that would break later.
Yeah.
Those rarely ever broke, and then people said, "Oh, we have to switch over to CCBS because the Bionicle always broke." But the early ones didn't break. They just need to go back to the old style, and it would have been fine.
But they
Always
weren't
be
selling.
iterating.
CCBS simps are like the worst.
Is that even a problem anymore with how Lego doesn't
anymore.
make it?
Yeah.
There are still people out there.
Really? Where
Yeah.
are they?
Twitter.
Are they in
Mario.
the chat?
Where am I?
I don't know, I guess it's been a while since I've engaged with them, but there are prominent people out there that still, like, say that CCBS was what had to do. Everyone was so wrong during 2015 and 2016 about the direction
Everyone
Bionicle
had
had
an
to take.
opinion.
And the
including
way
us.
that society took... No, I'm going to take a stand on this. I kept the same opinions the entire time. I wasn't overly negative just because I wanted to enjoy the ride, but if you go back and listen to those podcasts, I always had the same criticisms of it. You didn't, Ford. So you're right. You were our Bionicle G2 apologist.
I was, and I feel bad for myself
Well, don't worry,
for
Ford.
being like
It
that.
secured your future.
It literally got you all of G2 in a box.
Yeah.
A box that
Yeah.
none of us have.
It also made me not excited for anything ever again.
I thought the Star
Aw.
Wars did that.
It was a double whammy.
Double feature. Double
Now, keep
betrayal.
in mind that Ford's wedding is
2015
coming
was
up.
quite a depressing year for Ford.
I don't feel like snubbed by G2, honestly. I don't really feel like that negative opinion about it. I just feel like it's inferior in every single possible way.
I mean, you're right.
I was really waiting for the story to pick up, and then it never did, and so I'm not so offended that it's gone.
I kind of gave up on the story pretty quick. Like, I don't think there's a story, guys.
There wasn't.
But also, yeah, there's the aesthetic. Like, I remember back then, like, people were playing, oh, this, like, the sleeker look, it's everything. First off, no, it looked dumb and blocky. You look at the Metro, those are some of the best looking toys ever made.
But Liam, the Metros suck because their arms aren't proportional to the legs. It's not real Bionicle.
Look at those. Are those not the most aesthetically pleasing toys you've ever seen?
Yeah, shut up, Canadian.
Like, the Metro pose so epically, and they're easy to pose, too. You complain about, like, all this articulation makes it hard for kids to pose.
Look, I just want to say, I like Slugger, okay? I like our Slugger. But he is wrong.
Who's this?
He's the guy who is like, oh, the Toa Metru aren't that good.
The
You
only
know?
issue with the Toa Metro is their shoulders can't articulate, but it doesn't really matter when you put them on a shelf because they look awesome.
Yes, they look good. They play fairly well. What's the problem?
The problem is us.
The problem
We're the
is it's not
problem.
Bionicle to me, Ford. That's
See, now,
the problem.
2000,
Canadian.
the 2001 sets, like, they don't look as, like, aesthetically pleasing on their own. They look more like toys, but they're still neat. They're iconic.
They got their own thing going for them.
The Bionicle builds have their own issues where I think that they don't stand out. They're not quite as aesthetically pleasing as the Metro builds. They're not as coherent, but they are still really nice looking toys.
They've got nice rubbery skin.
The Bionicle masks, actually, if you take them by themselves, look pretty nice.
They're very good. Yeah, they're much better than people give them credit for.
I
Monster
quite
pretend.
enjoy the masks that year. Granted, I really don't understand why they're made out of rubber, but
Mario goaded.
Rubbery skin.
that's beyond
Mario
my pay grade.
But yeah, then you have basically all that era, which they're pretty much the same, and then you got the Glatorian, which are I really kind of kicking myself for not being interested in the Glatorian at the time because they were really fantastic.
Yeah,
I got a lot of Glatorian.
I only
Yeah,
got
all the
Strack
Glatorian, I
and
was like,
Montanui.
Dang, I really
You only
slept
got
on
Strack?
these.
And Montanui, but
Dude, do not sleep on a car.
Car is great.
I've gotten
He
a
is
car
one of
in
the most
Kina
perfect
since.
sets.
I got a car
The
the
problem
last day I
with
went
the
to Universal
Glatorian for me
Studios.
is that they are kind of fragile. More
Well,
so, I
yeah.
feel, than the
They
2006 sets. Like, I've had a lot of breakage
Well,
on pieces
again,
that
They're
should
better
not
than the
break.
Fantoka, I think.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
The joints have survived better than Biddles or Onua's for me.
So, I mean, when I've gotten most of, like, the thing is, I played with, like, the Strack and Montanui very heavily, and they don't have any cracks.
My Montanui is pretty poor.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know those are two sets I, like, very heavily played with as a kid, and they're fine. It's kind of weird which ones end up breaking. I didn't really have any except for Toamari Hali. Keep in mind, I am also very careful with my things. Even as a child, like, I didn't lose things. I made sure they didn't get broken. When I played with them, I played with them in a very deliberate and cautious manner.
But Holly's impossible.
Yeah, Holly just disintegrated.
Yeah.
She is a very high maintenance gal.
Dude, I have to deal with that in real life. No fun. No
See, that's
fun.
where the point is. I do I hope in the future, like, ABS printing comes into play, because I would like to preserve some of these sets, like, by making replicas or, like, filling in parts we're no longer be able to get. I usually like to do genuine with stuff, but the thing is, Bionicle sets, eventually, a lot of them are going to die unless they're kept behind glass. So, but I would like to be able to print them.
All is dust.
I predict a future, Lego is going to re-release some Bionicle sets someday.
Really?
Yeah. It's going to be in, like 15 years.
What?
But
I was going to say when
Calling
we're
it
80.
now, like
When the technology just becomes so much cheaper to make molds, and then there's even more nostalgia, and people that have more money at that point have children who they actually want to give the toys to, we're going to get, like, probably 2 or so, like, legacy sets released every year as, like, special edition stuff.
I mean, we already do have that Tahu Takua, like, it's not a re-release, it's just, like, you know, revival,
Yeah.
nostalgia.
I think in this case, they're actually going to be, like, replicas of the original pieces. It's also going to be after Lego crashes as a hobby, because it's not going to be as popular as it is forever.
What?
They're going to oversaturate the market.
I was going to start attacking your premise by saying that Bionicle fans aren't going to give them to their children. They're all sterilizing themselves.
No.
But then I remembered that Bionicle is now Christian.
Yes.
It always was.
So, I mean, it always was, yes. But now it is definitely Christian. So,
See, there's a lot of...
There's some truth to what you're
There's
saying.
a lot of actually normal people who grew up and really liked Bionicle. They just weren't perpetually online.
Yeah, I think the problem is a lot of the community online is online.
They don't let go.
If you talk to, like, real people, they're like, yeah, I love Bionicle. I loved it as a kid or whatever. If you talk to a human being, and it's just like at work, I'll talk about, like, oh yeah, Ninjago, and it's like, oh yeah, my favorite was the Blue Ninja, and it's just like stuff like that, where they're not online talking about this stuff, but
Yeah,
there's
I like
a lot of
talking to
fond
people who take
memories.
showers too.
There's a lot of fond memories. There's a lot of, like, you know, oh yeah, I had that. I have that. Still, it's in the closet somewhere.
So I think once Lego can no longer milk the nostalgia for all the other brands, they're going to have to go back to milking the nostalgia for their own brand.
But they hate Bionicle.
Yeah,
Also,
like,
aren't they kind of doing that already?
They will release Rock Raiders
things
before
like
they
that
do
and
this.
everything.
they do, but that's only really for core fans. This is going to be for the normie fans. This is going to be something they heavily market and push towards something that is not expensive. Something that you can buy for your kids and say, oh, this is the type of thing. You know how your parents would buy you, like, the Atari plug-and-play TV system because they saw that and that's what they had as a kid and they wanted you to get it, and it wasn't that great, but they bought it anyways. It's going to be that type of thing. Except hopefully better quality. Yeah, I think when the price goes down to create this stuff, and it will, they're going to have to, because they can't sell large sets like this and be as big as they are forever, and they're going to have to be more creative. And what's more creative?
Lego can't sustain themselves on $500 Rivendels?
They cannot. Literally just the amount of space in people's houses, they're going to stop buying large sets someday. This isn't a sustainable model.
So everyone runs out of space eventually.
You are predicting the same thing that happened to the Warhammer Fantasy game from Games Workshop. People just already had all they needed for it, and so they didn't buy anything else, and so the game died.
I mean, I would argue that the same thing is happening to Transformers now. Now they're just remaking everything.
See, Lego could be avoiding this by selling more smaller sets, because people will buy more over a long period of time if you don't take up all their space.
Well, because the nice part was every theme would always have something that you could buy with your weekly allowance.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
For like $5.
I remember, like, Lego catalogs, it's just like there was a whole page back in the day dedicated to, like, oh yeah, these are the sets that are $10 or less. And they would have a good variety of sets. It's like there was good play value. They had even Star Wars stuff and stuff like that that would be marked up, but it was in the $10 or less value. Mm-hmm. So you could
always emphasize that during Christmas too.
Mm-hmm. So you could save your, like, pennies a day to eventually buy one of those sets if you needed to, or just say, hey mom, that's a really cheap set, please. See,
I think if they're smart, what they'll have to do is go back to making sets that fathers who grew up with this stuff can build with their sons.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because, like,
and what better way to do that than by re-releasing old Bionicle sets? I'm not kidding. I think that's exactly what they have to do.
Gotta flood the market with
Because
reissues.
they're also not going to have money for all the designers anymore, so they're going to have to.
It would literally be like what Hasbro was doing with
Yeah.
Transformers.
And that's part of what I'm basing it off of. Like, why not?
Just with
Hold up, like Lego
not
did
just with, like, the
re-release the
Legends.
Taj Mahal at one point. Remember?
Yeah, they did.
Did they?
Yeah, they had the
forgot
Taj
about
Mahal on market for a long time, and then it was off market. Then they said, "No,
Yeah, and then
screw
they
it,
reissued it.
re-release
Yeah.
it."
But yeah, so why, if Transformers does it, why can't Bionicle? Bionicle was as big for our generation as Transformers was for kids
Well,
in the
they're
80s.
telling us that it's
Bigger.
molds.
Yeah, it probably is bigger. Yeah, and Lego's someday gonna have to get over themselves and stop using that excuse. Transformers also uses molds.
Guess what? I
Yeah.
can make my own custom molds of all the character pieces at home by myself. Are they long lasting? No. Could you make a long lasting one? Yes. Could they do that? Yes.
You're also
I
not
would
really
also
talking
argue
about
that-
injection molding. You're talking
Yeah,
about
and I would
3D
argue
printing.
that people already are making some pretty good, standard long-lasting molds.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, again, Transformers, they mold their parts. Lego just refuses to invest in what matters in their research and development, which is making a cheaper product for less.
Hmm.
They do those things the same old way, the same old expensive way, and they don't actually focus on improving quality anymore. They're so focused on all these other initiatives, and it's going to come back and bite them.
Oh no, Lego Group, you invested in climate friendly policies, and now we are bankrupt.
I don't think they're ever going to go down. There might be a day someone buys them up, but I don't think Lego is going to cease to exist. It's too big to go away.
Did you ever eat your plants?
No, I didn't. I got severe stomach issues, so I decided I was past that point in my life where I can
Oh,
put
yeah, that's right, you
stupid
got the
things into my
ulcers.
gullet.
Ah, well.
Make Kevin do it.
Kevin, why not you eat them?
That's why I'm asking.
I'll look for them.
I have nothing to live for right now.
But yeah, maybe we should have an episode where we discuss this further, but I really think that within the next 20 years, Bionicle legacy sets, like they do with the Transformers, is a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Make a good product
Super
for cheap.
articulated.
You don't have to
Tahu.
stop spending so much on
Not-
R&D and stop spending so much on over-designing. As much as the designers are pumping out amazing things, the world only actually fits so much of that. And we'll be here to podcast about it.
That's right.
Episode 1000, the return of Bionicle again.
Oh, no,
Literally,
please no.
let's start a
can't-
new BCC
I can't
podcast.
do it again.
It's not going to be story. This time it's literally going to be the same thing over again. Exactly what we asked for.
Hype
It will be
train.
Transformers. I hate it. My kids won't have anything new.
Well,
What is my son going to do?
there's
that's
also
new?
the point where at a certain point, do we need more new media?
Yes. At a
Yeah.
certain point.
Yes, I think kids definitely do because you
Kids
kind of have to
deserve it.
let kids be their own tastmakers. It's
Well,
at
there's
some points-
already.
if we're their own tastemakers, then they're not going
I don't
to
mean
develop taste.
it doesn't even have to be stuff there's already too much good media for me to consume in my lifetime.
Yes.
Too bad
Yes.
you'll die.
So it's not really an issue that we don't have any good new media coming out this day because we've already got enough entertainment
Yeah.
to rot our brains for the rest of our life.
Yeah.
Right, but how do you
Obviously-
become a tastemaker in the world of on-demand stuff?
Well, you start by showing him Shakespeare.
And then he
That would be
thinks
great for a
everything
5-year-old
is too
Shakespeare.
derivative.
There also has
Yeah.
to stop being this idea that we don't pass down what we like and enjoy to our children.
Yeah.
I mean, on a certain point, yes, we should, but at the same time, did you like everything your parents liked? Nah,
My parents didn't have hobbies.
See, that's part of the problem. Your kids might think, he was too hobby invested. I need to focus on what really matters. Cars.
Gambling.
And it's just kids are their own people. Of course, they're gonna
Next
take
thing
their
you know,
own
they're
hobbies,
playing Genshin
but
Impact.
they're
But no,
going to discover it themselves.
It
Like,
used to be that you taught your kids the traditions you have, the stuff you enjoy doing for leisure, the stuff you did for a career, and they picked up and they continued it. Then in the 20th century, we decided, to hell with all that for some reason. and just let kids go and do their own thing. And where did it bring us?
Well, kids have always done their own thing. It's just that usually they would come back and do something responsible.
I'm not saying that you can't do anything new. I'm just saying that it didn't used to be like that every generation rebelled against the last and didn't pick up anything to their families like heritage.
I don't know.
You used to
we're
have-
not talking about rebelling. It's like, were our parents invested in
Yeah.
Bionicle? No, that's something we discovered.
Yes,
right?
but we also grew up during the end of a renaissance.
Yeah.
It's over. It's not coming back. Like, we're creatively bankrupt now, and I don't think we're ever going to get back in our lifetime.
No, we got to be the change we want to see in the world. We can make it back.
Yeah, the change I want to be in the world is starting to, rather than having to consume every new thing, to actually go back and appreciate what came before us.
I'm going to make something new. I'm going to do it.
What are you going to make, Cleo?
Oh, I'll write a book. We'll see how well that goes.
Leo, that's already being worked on. Don't worry about it.
I'm not saying people definitely should, especially people with traditional values should write new stuff and make new stuff. But I'm just saying, we don't need to have every new generation. We have classics within our lifetime that we should be able to pass down. We shouldn't pretend otherwise.
But we should also still be a generation that can make classics that go on.
Yeah, no, I agree.
down.
Yes.
It's just they don't need. It's not going to be at the same rate that it was
No.
during our.
no,
Like the
Well,
the
it's not.
20th century was a renaissance for media, and we've tapped
visual
a
media
lot of that.
specifically.
Yeah, visual media, and we've tapped that. The thing is, until we discover something new and triggers a new renaissance, we're just never going to have that amount of things, and most things are going to be derivative now, and that's not bad. A lot of classics are derivative of folklore. That's fine, but we just have to accept it's not going to be the same anymore. We're going to create media differently than we used to.
You think that VR is going to change?
No, no. If anything, we're going to be going less digital.
I agree.
unfortunately, VR has been tried many a times to about the same amount of success.
I think not necessarily because you can't do anything fun with VR, but more so you can't look at VR for long enough to enjoy anything. It
VR
hurts the
will always
eyes.
be the new VR.
Like,
Yeah.
VR is so fun, but you can only go in it for a certain amount of time without feeling like,
Before the
oh,
headaches kick in.
terrible.
It's just the thing, and this is
Nauseous
what all the
headaches.
futurists didn't understand, is humans can only be so disconnected from reality before it makes us sick.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is. That's why I really appreciate the art of actually the theme park ride. Because it is actually creating visual storytelling that is immersive, but not digital.
Such as the Cat in the Hat ride from Islands of Adventure.
Oh, Transformers ride.
The Transformers ride is an example of not to, though I do enjoy it on its own as like a junk food theme park ride. But there is something we said. Well, of course,
The Spider-Man ride is peak.
no one can
Spider-Man
make
ride
these
is
rides
peak,
anymore.
But it's a blend of reality and fantastical digital. To the point where, yes,
It is peak.
Spider-Man
There's no other
ride
word.
is just like the 3D
we have so
ride.
few people who can do that kind of stuff now, too. Like the sculptors and like the designers and the composers that created these experiences. That was very much underappreciated. And now people think, oh, it was all about IP. But it was never about IP. It was about the art form of immersive storytelling.
Right. You had John Williams behind the soundtrack of everything. It was so good. Now we
John
have
Williams
Hans
is still
Zimmer.
alive.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
Hans Zimmer is amazing.
Hans
so-
Zimmer is
But
amazing.
he's
but,
at the end of his rope, too, honestly.
But
Well-
not all of his movies are just like so classic.
Not all of John Williams are either, but
But like John Williams puts you there. Hans Zimmer, it's just like it's a good accompaniment, I feel.
it depends on the movie. I'd say
Look, Hans Zimmer was fire on the Muppet Treasure Island soundtrack.
See? See.
yeah, because I really love John Williams' performance in Gidget.
You've never even watched Gidget. Come on.
Exactly. Anyway, my point is, well, I already made my point. I think that Bionicle will be re-released in our lifetime because I think it actually is something that is an important part of culture, and it's going to be revisited someday. There's no way that they never make those old toys again. Are they never going to make another Mr. Potato Head? They re-release the classic Mr. Potato Head all the time. Why not Bionicle?
My thing with Bionicle is that it is a very hit success. Like back in the day, they were going to make an actual movie, not Not the movies we got, an actual movie off of it.
With a real boy.
The Bionicle story's never coming back.
No.
No.
But you come to this realization, like, yeah, people were interested in this. Like, they would have bought up the IP if they could. I'm sure if Lego put it out there, someone would pick it up.
Probably the wrong person, but
Probably the wrong
Christian
person,
Faber would
but
spend all his money on it.
all $800 in his savings account.
the point being that, like, if there are people who are willing to pick it up, Lego is sitting on something that they can do something with. I'm sure they know that.
Yeah.
That's why they released it in the first place.
But I think it's going to be the toys. I don't think the IP, as in a lore, as in a story, is ever going to be able to be reintroduced to the culture.
Yeah.
Because
Just like Transformers.
It works so well for Transformers.
you see, yeah,
Transformers 1.
All right, we went way over time. I feel like we should clip this last section, make it its own video, though, because I feel like
Maybe.
that was an interesting discussion.
We discussed media literacy.
Yes. All right, I've already plugged a lot of our stuff in here, so I'm not going to go over it again. Just a reminder to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, so YouTube hates us a little bit less every single day.
Never gonna happen.
So, for Ford, Leo, Malaris, and myself, love you. We thank you for listening, and we'll see you